Bro, angimuzwa mina ekhehla ngilizwa. Yeah. It's like noma ngamlalela, I've never really watched it. Yeah, that's so crazy to hear. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Saikida is here. If you can hear me well, you just let me know on Discord. I'm not opening the tab for. Actually, I should just delete these things. Okay, wait. I need to delete that video. Previous live stream. Let's delete this guy. All right, guys. GM. I'll check comment if your is up. Please check if you can hear me, bro. Okay, so double check on my phone. I think these guys are asleep now. Okay, let's see. Nah, let's go. Am I not live? Oh, I am live. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Let's go. Am I not live? Oh, I'm live. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me post this on socials. Tell everyone to pull up. Just give me a second, guys. We're almost done. Let's go. All right, guys. So yeah, crazy things just happened. Crazy things, everything pumping, everything, like Bitcoin kind of low key, kind of leaning or switching my bias to. I wouldn't say I'm bullish yet, but I'm kind of, you know, you know, uh, shifting towards being neutral because I was actually bearish on Bitcoin. I was bearish on Bitcoin, guys. I don't want to lie, but I still am bearish actually. But letting these guys know that I'm live. I'm live. Click the link to join. There we go. All right, guys. So sorry about that. We can begin. So this is an accountability live stream, and I want to tell you I quit trading Bitcoin. Let's go to Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin, guys. I really do love trading Bitcoin. I enjoy trading Bitcoin, but I have to quit trading Bitcoin, and here's the reason why. I'm trading with my FTMO account, and I've been performing so bad. My Bitcoin trades, they got trailed out. I'm seeing a different chart on my FTMO MT5, and the ones that I'm analyzing on my trading view is different things. I took a loss and I shared on my stories on my Instagram when I was trading Asia, how the charts were not the same across like 5 different other exchanges or brokers. That's one thing, but that's not the main point or the main reason why I quit trading Bitcoin. I quit trading Bitcoin because I am currently down 8.2%, and this is going to be interesting, looking back to this in a few couple of weeks to come when I'm back up, after making 8% on this. It's going to be really interesting, but that's not the point. I am down 8, which is 16.4 thousand. And I want to show you something. This is the screenshot of my total losses and um, the main reason why actually I'm leaving Bitcoin. This screenshot shows you that I made losses that equate to 9.9, and then I've made losses. This is the commission. The commission is 6,500. So without the commission, I would be down like what? Uh, maybe let's say 10,000. Okay. And this commission, like 80% of this commission comes from trading Bitcoin. Today alone, this is like today's loss, okay, which is 1.8. You can see it here. Wait, let me show you first here. This is the loss, yeah. This is not the total loss I took on the trade. It's inclusive of the commission that you see here. That you see right here. The commission is 583. The loss was 1.3. Which now, with the balance that is there now, because if you look at the balance, it's like literally 3.5. This is enough to get back, guys. This is more than enough, in fact. With the skill that I have, and I'm aware that I lost the 9,000 that I lost, not because of my model, it's because of my personal reasons, and my headspace is not in a, I'm not in a good space, like in terms of like the headspace, and I'm aware of that, and I channel those things, when I take trades, sometimes I'm not really zoned in, it's just like a FOMO. It's a mixture of many things, because I wasn't really aligned. If you look at last month's performance, this is not me. This is not me. In January, I did not have a losing trade. That was psyche. In January, I even shared a tweet. I don't know. Let me go and check it. Okay. This is crazy. The losses are crazy. That this is look at this. my win rate with my model in January was 94% win rate. Look at this. This is who I am. This is my model. This is me at my, I wouldn't say this is me at my best because I didn't have like a $20,000 day. I remember on some of these days I was supposed to catch like I think it was on the 31st. I was supposed to make 20,000 here, and I was like, let me just be, this is the win rate, 94%, and the average profit was 1.5. The average loss is $29. This is crazy. Average RR, this is crazy. This is like this is looking back to this now. This is like crazy, crazy. So I was in a good headspace. Things were good. I think, it was obviously not the same as now, but I have to. Okay, yeah, I was down 8,000. I think this is when I was March. You see, gambler's mindset started all of this. I wanted to pass phase two quick, and I kept on going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and eventually, here we are. And now I had to obviously sit down and look at the factors that contributed into me being in this position, and this is what makes a professional trader, right? So some of these trades, even today, I traded Asia. I mean, yesterday, sorry, today is the 8th. So yesterday morning, I traded Asia. That was not this is not part of this plan, and that's also like it made me question myself. Yes, the trade was good, everything was right. I got trailed out, and I was like, wow, why did I do this? Why did I mess up the plan? Yes, I'm already messing it up with these dumb trades, and especially I was trading Bitcoin. Like the commission, I've been noticed, I've been seeing that the commission on Bitcoin is crazy. Why it's entertaining still, especially being in this position? It's crazy. So it's gonna be easy for me to lose the account if I keep trading Bitcoin. So I stop, I quit. I will see it when I'm up, when I've recovered the losses. So I'm gonna be dialed in, trading only gold. Even if I see a nice setup on Bitcoin, I'm just gonna take it on paper, okay? Or maybe some my personal account that does not take commission. By the way, and if you wanna trade with me, trade on Exness. The link is in my bio. I'm gonna give you discounts for my daily live streams and all those things. Okay, so uh, let's go back to today's trade. Okay, now that that is out of the way, I am taking accountability, obviously, and I am fixing this mistake, and I'm looking forward to the coming few weeks and days. I'm not in a rush to pass this account. I'm excited about executing my model, to the T, and making sure that I follow everything, and the rest will just fall into place automatically. Okay. So I wanna highlight something while we're here. Today was a very good day, especially on gold. I saw a good trade. I didn't take it because I looked at the commission, I looked at the daily PNL, and I was like, nah, that would be a dumb thing to do. Okay, and another thing, today's trade was kind of interesting. It's not a trade. It's not a trade that it's not a familiar trade. This trade is really this different. So if you know the $1 million model, we focus on this pool of buy side liquidity at a specific time of day, and this buy side liquidity, yeah, at a very specific time of day. So I know you guys, you caught the buy going into this high. Most of you, I know you got that. Okay, fine. But I want to show you why the sell was also a viable trade. Okay, I'm going to teach you two things. I'm going to teach you, when when liquidity is being cleared using the bodies, and when liquidity is being cleared using the wicks. You know, the the okay, when I mean the there isn't really any much difference, but it's just that you have to be aware of certain things, because I know some of you, did not was you guys did not take this sell. My friend was looking for a buy, actually. Let me just be honest and just say he was looking for a buy, and I was kind of looking at this at what was happening here because he saw this high and maybe this high as a potential draw, and he was buying the inversion here, and I'm gonna show you why he got that wrong. Let's focus here for a few minutes. This is pre-market. We have a swing high. We have a swing high. This is also a swing high. This is also a swing high. A swing high is a high with a lower high on either side of it, so on the left and on the right. So this is a swing high, swing high, swing high. But this swing high and these swing highs, these are relatively equal, and it's a lower high that got taken out here. Now, after this, if you want to see a bearish continuation, now a classic bearish continuation, the way I told you guys was you want to see something like this: 7 o'clock open, take out the high, and then create a strong bearish trend or bearish market structure shift. It may retrace and then put in a new low. This low here, or it could be relatively equal lows, like a lower low before maybe we open somewhere here, either at 8:30 or 9:30. And then we price in a form of premium. We could be filling a fair value gap on 15 minutes and taking out this high at premium, which also belongs to the pre-market, and then shift bearish or change in the state of delivery. Then this is a bearish continuation. This is a classic bearish continuation, right? There's another form of this. There's another form of this bearish continuation when price is gonna leave relatively equal highs, and then maybe 8 o'clock opens, takes out the highs, and then it gives that bearish market structure shift, and the same thing happens before 9:30. I think maybe 8:30 will give us this impulsive, like breaking below this low, creating that change. I mean bearish market structure shift, and then 9:30 is gonna open and price in, take out this high, the same thing, do the same thing here. The only thing is this, we want to see this, we know that we should anticipate this. Now I'm showing you guys that even if if you see something like this also, it's the same thing as that, and you should anticipate this, and this is where your trade is gonna okay. Yeah, so once 9:30 price in that premium, taking out the high, and then a change in the state of delivery here, you want to use the first presented fair value gap or the order block here to then go short for the continuation. Okay, so if this happens before, let's say 8:30 pushes lower like this, you don't want to see 9:30 take out this high. It should continue lower because you already have taken out this pool of buy side liquidity in the form of relatively equal highs. This was the same thing. I teach this on the videos where I was talking about the 30 minutes look back, the 90 minutes, 60 minutes look back on of the $1 million model. Now, if you look here, we did have this relatively equal high and then relatively equal high that was taken out here, but then we went above it again here. This was a more advanced one because it was not just a relatively equal high that got taken out and then it was again taken out, and you said now you want to see price go all the way down up here. I mean all the way up. I mean you want to see after 8:30 taking out this high before dropping. And I'm gonna tell you why. If you ignore the wicks here, look at the bodies, because if you look at the bodies, then you see that this is a high, this is a high, and this is a high. So when did we take out the relatively equal highs in terms of the bodies? We did not take them out here. Okay, we took them out there. The bodies show you where the bulk of the volume is. So that was the same thing that you couldn't see because of this week. And that's why he was anticipating the market to go up and take out this high. And he was looking for the long position, especially with this structure after 7 o'clock. After this is what 7 o'clock. 710, we have this strong bullish trend here. And that's why I was looking for a continuation. But the continuation is going to be to the downside because of what happened here. Now, this is a more advanced way of looking at relatively equal highs and where liquidity lies. Okay, so yes, we did take out buy side liquidity here. And then, but also, if you look deeper, you understand that we were taking out the relatively equal highs here, but using the majority of the volume, not just wicks to manipulate the volume here. Either way, even if we started dropping after this happened, we was going to anticipate a continuation to the downside. But he did not see the continuation because of he saw this week being overtaken here again, and was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna target this high after 9:30. It's gonna be a continuation to the upside, when he did not see this as an initiation of the continuation to the downside. I'm trying to make sense. I don't know if you guys are following. Okay, but this is a continuation to the downside, so that's why this trade here was valid. Now, if you look at the bodies and if you understand that we were taking out the relatively equal highs with the bodies here, and this is how now you know the last BC prior taking out the buy side there, that's going to be a true fair value gap. That's going to be the true inversion fair value gap once you drop and close below it. Now, if you extend it all the way, you're going to see that it's going to be, you can just do this. You can just say this, extend to the right, and then change this to, so that you remember that it's an inversion. Now, the first time before we closed below it there, the high acted as resistance. We broke below it. We never returned to the high after that. Every time it would retest, it would make a lower low. That's sensitivity right there. Now, if you couple all of this with the narrative or the sentiment of the market, we want to go lower here. But first, we want to see some form of premium delivery after 9:30, which 9:30 opened at premium. At premium of what? We are interested in the pre-market range. So this is the swing low, this is the swing high, and this is premium. So anything above this level going up is what is premium, and everything going down here is what is discount. So now we want to sell where? We want to sell at premium of this pre-market, because we are getting you know, we are selling high, we are not selling low. Now, what do we have? What PDRAs do we have when 9:30 comes? So 9:30 opens and it gives us that confirmation breaking below the low here. Sorry guys, I want to see breaking below the low here after taking what? There was a turtle soup. Right there. Turtle soup, bearish market structure shift. First presented fair value gap here. That first presented fair value gap, we don't trade inside that first presented fair value gap, and we price in a discount. This is to now, if you want to chase, if you are a chaser of price, this is where you get stopped out. So you want to sell at premium. We were confirming the change in the market structure shift when we closed below, when we crossed below this swing low. But did we have a chance to go short at premium? No. Why do we have a premium? maybe you would have went short inside that, I mean, using this order block here, but your stop loss should also include or incorporate the fair value gap. This is a nice short entry here. If you thought maybe this was going to be a breakaway gap, this was going to be a good short entry. Stop loss but must be above the first presented fair value gap, and you're going to make money here. You're not going to get trailed out, just in case this does not happen to be a breakaway gap. But a good entry was going to be inside the macro, since we did not have red folder news. Now the macro is here, 850 to 1010, right? So this is where you must look for an entry during this time window, and look at what happened during the macro. This is what happened. We went to the first presented fair value gap at premium. Remember, we are talking about the pre-market range. And then we do what? This is inside the macro. This is sensitive now, very, very sensitive. Change in the state of delivery right here. That this is we are not in when we close bearish after trading inside the first presented fair value gap here. When we close bearish below this fair value gap, you don't want to go short here. You are at discount now. You want to sell at premium. So you can either use the equilibrium, or you wait for a cross just above the equilibrium, and that's where you go short. This is where you go short. And then you take it to the pre-market range low. So I was just watching this. This is going to be your trade for a nice 4.79R. For a nice 7.9R. I mean 4.79R. And this trade was valid. It was an A plus because of the bodies here and this inversion, the true inversion fair value gap. Now, sometimes you won't see the bodies go above the relatively equal highs like this. Okay, you might see the bodies fail because of this wick has already done the damage above these relatively equal highs. You'd see the bodies just go a little bit above. Like for example, they could have turned just maybe here, just above here, and maybe not above this fair value gap. Just they take out like for example this body here, and then it fails, and then maybe this week is like maybe let's say this consequent encroachment here, it would be best if the consequent encroachment is just aligning well with the bodies, or just it fails to cross and close above the consequent encroachment, because that will be signaling weakness. And that will be signaling weakness because if we are bearish, we don't want to see premium arrays, being respected. We want to see sensitivity once we cross any premium level. So here in this case, the premium level will be the consequent encroachment, but because the bodies wanted to go above even the high here, it's okay. We let that happen, and then they went above these relatively equal highs there, and then we crossed, and then this true fair value gap was the first inversion or confirmation, and then after that it was when we broke below this swing low to give an idea of a bearish continuation happening after 9:30, and looking at the bodies respecting this true inversion fair value gap. And this, I'm sure if we go to the PM session, it was respected later on. Here it offered this retracement back inside the range. So if you wanted to buy, look at that sensitivity right there. Went back all the way back down here, and then again here, consolidated, broke above it finally, below it, above it, and look at this here. Before the run that price is currently in. So this is very sensitive. This you can keep it until Friday. This is a very sensitive area here. It can be utilized because it's a true inversion. And yeah, I really love this. I think I'm gonna screenshot this and post it on my X, because this was crazy. This was really crazy. So I'm just gonna do this and do this. Because what makes me laugh this is how these relatively equalized were taken out, and this true inversion here. Masterclass. I can just say post. Advanced continuation. These are the gold. The dates are 7th of April 2026. And 2. Yeah, 4 and 7. What is that? Advanced British continuation. Bam. Okay, I just want to leave this here. And yeah, if you follow me on X, and if you know, you know, like you're gonna know. So I am done trading Bitcoin until further notice, guys. I'm gonna be locked in with gold, and obviously I'm not gonna miss this. Excuse me. I'm not gonna miss these trades, and it's gonna be really exciting moving from 3.5 to 16,000. Can't wait. I don't know if you should start a boot camp, or if I don't know if you should maybe let's also save this on Excalibur. So maybe I can, put some more lipstick on it. Yeah, then we will see. But guys, while you are here, maybe I should give you what I think, or where I think price is gonna go to next in terms of the higher time frame. Obviously on gold, I believe now this is that short-term draw. Oh, what the fuck? Sorry for swearing, guys. We've already made it to this guy. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, we also have this. If we close above this volume imbalance on a daily basis, and then obviously I think next will be the consequent encroachment of this, which is the midpoint of that fairly gap there. That'll be next. And yeah, I want to see, but this is crazy already. We've moved so much in today alone, and you also have FOMC later on. It's crazy. It's gonna be a crazy day. I don't know if I'm gonna trade today, to be honest. Yeah, but we'll see. And yeah, on Bitcoin, let me see. I don't know if I'm still bearish on Bitcoin. I saw some, huge pumps on Bitcoin as well. So I think once we invalidate the consequent encroachment of this, once it closed above the consequent encroachment of this, yeah, on the daily. Once you close above the fair value gap, I think, yeah, then I can flip and say, no, now I'm bullish. But for now, I'm gonna stick to my bearish bias, short term, short term bias. But yes, now I am kind of leaning towards being neutral, actually being bullish, especially after we took out this pool of liquidity and we failed to close below it in terms of the bodies, retested it right there. That's not a coincidence. And then now creating that busy and having this, it makes me think and believe that we might see a continuation to the upside. I think it's gonna be a bit hard closing and breaking this, but if we close below that, I'm gonna resume my strong bearish bias, and this is gonna be my low hanging fruit is gonna be this low and that low, and then this low, and eventually the consequent encroachment here, this low. But I can also use the consequent encroachment this first and that relatively equal lows. Okay, so I'm not gonna update my forecast on X yet because I did focus especially on Solana here. I said Solana, I'm looking at 75.63. That's my short term. But with the news that just broke out, everything is upside down all of a sudden. So I might have to update the guys if they're following and just tell them, hey, I'm no longer bearish if I'm not. But for now, I'm just gonna keep things as they are because I haven't changed my bias yet. I haven't really changed my bias yet, but I'm aware of things, I'm kind of shifting to being neutral. But once I'm certain that, okay, no, I think that was it, that, you know, then yeah, we will, I will obviously update if you're following on my X account. So guys, that was it. And I'm going to be logged in with some of you guys if you're interested. We are going to be really, really logged in. I want to sort of start like a boot camp sort of, you know, thing because people are asking me on Discord, they're sending me DMs saying, hey, bro, when are you starting with this 2026 boot camp? So I'm known as the boot camp guy now. So I think, yes, we are going to start that soon and we're going to be trading mainly gold and we are going to kill it, and I'm excited. I can't wait. I'll see you guys on Discord tomorrow. Let's not make this, you know, a very long Discord, live stream. And yeah, guys, I'm currently down really, really bad, but I'm gonna move away from this drawdown and I'm gonna do it in style. And I'm not gonna be in a rush. I'm just taking things slowly now. Just make sure that we get the payout. Okay, so I'll see you guys on the next one. I don't know if you guys have any questions that we can, go through before closing. Any questions before we go? Before I go? Any questions before I go? Yeah, this is crazy. No questions. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.